Good morning, welcome back to a brand new video, and I thought for this weekend's video I'd do a little bit of like a spring get ready with me / favourites mashup. It's been a while since I did a favourites video on this channel, which last month might be the first time since I started this channel, which was back in 2010. I haven't done a favourites video, so I'm kind of gonna mix those two things together, get ready for the day, and just share with you what I'm using: skincare, body care. I have a hair product this month, makeup, clothing, and also books. If I remember books, I have actually finally finished a book and it's really, really good. So I want to talk about that too. This video is sponsored by Sezane, which is very exciting. This boiler suit is Sezane and I'm absolutely loving it. It's the perfect boiler suit for the summer, but I'm going to share with you some more of my Sezane favourites later on in the video. But yes, firstly, skincare. I've actually already done my skincare, so this is the finished skincare look, no different to normal. I thought I'd just talk you through what I'm using. I'm using the Skin & Me Purify and Prep Hydrating Cleanser. This is new. I was previously using the Sally Hughes Revolution Cleanser, which the Butter Clean Cleanser is like the nicest texture ever. It's such a cool like butter, basically is the texture of butter, but it was making my eyes a little bit stingy. I've just got very, very sensitive eyes and that just reminded me of that. So Mark is using it up, loving it, but in the meantime, I'm using this. The Beauty Pie Juju Daily Hydration Mist, really, really like this one. The Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Supercharged Complex, like my favorite eye cream. Very happy to have this back in my life. Then I'm using two serums. I'm going in with the Beauty Pie Triple Hyaluronic Acid. Not much of that left. And then I do 2 squirts of the Allies of Skin Prebiotics and Niacinamide Pore Refining Booster. Just really like that this has 10% niacinamide in, very brightening on the skin. Then I finish off with a dollop of the Beauty Pie Happy Face Extreme Relief Seeker Moisture Cream. Now summer is here, I'm definitely more like combination in my skin type. I'm not sure I need the extra layer of moisture, but I've almost used it up. But when I do, I'll probably just go straight in with a sun cream for the rest of the summer. And then this is the Biossance Squalane and Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen in SPF 30. Then I finish off with a lip balm, which I actually haven't done today. And that's the Clarins Moisture Replenishing Lip Balm. Then for body care, I'm using the usual, like the Mitchin deodorant, the Biossance Squalane oil. I just want to give a shout out to this. This is the Tan Luxe, the Gradual Illuminating Gradual Tan Lotion, which you guys know I just love and adore. I just go through bottles and bottles and bottles of this. I'm trying to use it every other day at the moment, and I feel like it's keeping a nice, gradual, like subtle tan. I'm never like caught out on a really nice day, you know what I mean? And some of you DM'd me, I'm like, Anna, there's huge bottles of this available on QVC. Thank you so much for giving me the heads up. They are gigantic. I'm pretty sure they're litre. Yeah, 1 litre, and these are 250. And I'm pretty sure that when I bought these, they were on offer for like £30, which is basically what you pay for the small ones. So yeah, thank you very much. I stocked up. And also just to give a shout out to this, the Maison Margiela fragrance, the replica one, When the Rain Stops. I just absolutely love this. I am tearing through it. It's such a nice, like subtle, fresh, summery fragrance. So yeah, I just really wanted to be like, I love this. I feel like it's really rare that I have a hair favorite. Like I just have the shampoos that I use all the time, the Obey Dry Texturizing Spray, like any dry texturizing spray really, but never really a smoothing type product. But I've been getting a little bit fuzzy up here and just appreciating a bit of a smooth. And the Hershey's Almost Everything cream says on the back can be used as a primer, shine booster, frizz fighter, texturizer, tamer, curl definer, conditioner, mask. I'd say that I use it most as a frizz fighter. Gosh, that really is hard to say. I take the tiniest little amount, like that, very, very small, put it in between my hands, and then just do a little subtle, smooth. And I feel like it smooths things out, but it doesn't look greasy or oily, and I don't find that it affects how long I can go between washes with my hair too much. I can still do 2 days, but it just smooths my little tufts. I've always got little like Albert Einstein tufts on the side of my hair. Mark called me in the other day and he was like, look babes, Ralph looks just like you. And he'd like got Ralph's hair to stick out at the side in the bath, which was very cute. I was like, that is so rude. But I do, it's this little bit. is this little bit. So it definitely helps to smooth those down a tad, and yeah, just adds a nice little bit of shine to this very, very subtle wave I'm doing. It's basically like straightened hair with one straightener wave in it. I'm really liking it. I think that's everything for in the bathroom, and now on to a few makeup bits. Right, I'm gonna sit and chat and do makeup. As I've been pottering around this morning, I've actually been watching so much YouTube. I'm watching Lily's video currently, the "Is it the end of YouTube? Spoiler, I don't think so" video. And it's so interesting. She asked people to comment down below and say like, what are you doing when you're watching this video right now? And I love reading the comments, and actually so many people watching YouTube like I watch YouTube. I have it on when I get ready all the time. This morning when I was like showering, I was doing my hair. I've been watching videos from Tamar, Brittany Bathgate. Who else did I watch this morning? Tess Christine. Like, I just love it. Sorry, let me move you 1 second. Oh, that's so much better. I was having to like, I was having to stretch to be in the frame. Oh, now I can relax. As much as I love Instagram and I love like flicking through TikTok, it's still fun to have long form content to like have on in the background as you're like cooking. Yeah, normally when I'm cooking or getting ready in the morning, those are my like prime YouTube times. Is that the same for you as well? Let's carry on the conversation. First up, I'm just still so in love with the NARS Light Reflecting foundation. I'm using the shade Salzburg. I'm just going to take one pump. Like I've mentioned before, I actually really love this applied with fingers the best. I'm going to do a brush today just because I don't want to like interrupt the flow of the video by needing to like wash my hands. When Lily and I went to the BAFTAs recently, the incredible Rachel Hardy from NARS did our makeup, and we both absolutely loved our makeup. It looked so good. She did such a good job. She did both of our faces in like an hour and a half. It was so quick and it stayed on so well. It looked incredible till the moment we got back to our hotel rooms and she used this foundation. She was such a big fan of it as well. Me and Lily were like, oh my word, it's such a good foundation. It's one of the few foundations I have in my collection. Like, I can just use one pump and be like, yeah, cool, I'm evened out, I'm like good for the day. But it's also event ready as well, like really good wedding day makeup, I'd say. Like that and the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk are both just like stunning bases for a wedding. I have finally used up my RMS Beauty Uncover Up Concealer. It only took about 10 years. So I'm now using up my Glossier Stretch, which also is about 100 years old. I've given it a good sniff. It's all cool. I'm just gonna blend that in with the same brush. This is from Westman Atelier. It's a very, very pricey brush. I think it's called their Blender brush, but it is absolutely stunning. It's such a good brush. However, I recently bought this one from Beauty Pie, the Seamless Foundation Buffing Brush, and it's really, really nice. If you liked the Zoeva, is it the 104? That buffer brush. It feels like it's really hard to come by these days. I'm not sure if they're doing a rebrand or something, but this is a really, really good dupe for that. And a good dupe if you don't fancy splurging on the Westman Atelier. I mean, I use this brush every single day. I've used it every single day for like the last 2 years. So for me, it was an investment, but I feel like I am getting my money's worth, and it's still as good as the first day that I bought it. But yeah, this one's a good one. Really, really nice at pressing in base products. For bronzer, I've been using this one from Chanel. It's their Le Beige, and it's in the shade Sunshine Light. This comes in a light, medium, and a deep. It's a really big compact with a lovely big mirror as well. And I'd say the shade is a little bit lagoonary in that it's got a tiny bit of shimmer running through it. It doesn't feel like it's a completely matte bronzer, but I don't mind that. I feel like bronzer is the one product, like the one face product, where I don't mind a little bit of subtle glow. It's really nice and like finishing. So a little how the sausage is made piece of information. I usually like film these videos a week in advance, just so I've always got like one in the bag. So if this doesn't match up with what you've necessarily seen on my Instagram stories, that is why. But this weekend I saw my sister. I highly doubt you're watching this now, Megan, because she would always watch my videos from the other side of the world, I think, just to like keep up to date, but now I get to keep up to date in person for a couple of months. Yeah, I hadn't seen my sister for 3 years, which is just absolutely mad. She's been living over in New Zealand, just having an incredible 3 years. So I'm so happy for her that she got that time, and it's just been so incredible to see her again. It's almost like she never left. Obviously she got to meet Ralph for the first time. She's just like his biggest fan, along with my mum, who is just like his ultimate favorite person in the world. I can already see it, it's happening. She's gonna be like the cool aunt that pushes him really high on the swings. And he's just gonna think that she's the coolest, I can tell. But yeah, it's just been a really nice couple of days. It feels like she's brought the good weather back with her, actually. Obviously New Zealand are like heading back into their winter now, so she's back here for the summer. And yeah, it's just been so nice and so special. And my little boy is just he's getting so big. There's nothing new for like eyes or brows, so I'm just gonna chit chat as I apply everything, and everything will be linked down below in the description box as always. This is from Beauty Pie. The brows are Patrick Tar. You know what, let's have a quick chat about TV whilst I'm here. Have I mentioned Severance? I feel like I must have mentioned Severance in a vlog somewhere, but basically if you haven't watched Severance, I highly recommend it. It's my favorite thing that I've watched on TV in a very, very, very long time. Even if you're not like a sci-fi kind of person, which I'm really not, don't be put off when people describe it as sci-fi, because it is so much more than that. It's just an incredible piece of television. Like, hello, it's got Ben from Parks and Rec in it, Adam Scott, incredible, the lady in it, incredible. It just a very, very, very good piece of TV. And then we also watched Peacock on BBC iPlayer. That was a really good comedy, thoroughly enjoyed that. And then from where I went to the BAFTAs, it made me want to watch so much TV. So Mark and I are currently watching Seth Let's Flats, which is great. The guy in it is so funny. He did a very good speech at the BAFTAs actually. So I came home and I was like, we're watching Seth Let's Flats. The Staircase on Sky is good like true crime. I don't know the story, so no spoilers with that, and we're like keeping up to date because that's now coming out weekly. I just adore The Sewing Bee. Like I love The Sewing Bee. It's just the nicest wholesome thing on TV. And then we're currently watching We Crashed, which is the story of WeWork, which I actually, again, don't really know. So that's been a good one. That's on Apple TV, and it's got good old Annie in it. Anne Hathaway, like I just love Anne Hathaway. I just think she's really cool. And it's a good piece of like storytelling with enough comedy in it as well. There's definitely like a bit of comedy in it that you're like, huh, huh. So I recommend that. So there you go. Those are my TV recommendations. I don't think I've missed anything out. If I have, I will write something on the screen here. If nothing comes up, then my memory has served me well, finally, for once. You know what? For lips, I'm gonna do a little bit of this Rose Ink lipstick. This is in Demure. I'll link up a vlog in the corner where I actually did a little try on of some of the more nudie shades in the collection, but I would say Poetic and Demure were my favorites, and those are the ones that I found myself like reaching for a lot since I made that video. Okay, there you go. Spring makeup done. Everything will be linked down below, of course. Now let's go have a quick little chat about fashion. So I'm sure you've all heard of Sezane. I have a couple of pieces of theirs in my wardrobe already, like the Gaspard jumpers, tomboy shirts. Like they're such a good place to head if you're looking for like real staples in your wardrobe that are just gonna be getting out year on year. Like things that you wanna feel good in, things you wanna re-wear, and all of those pieces that I have already have lasted so well in my wardrobe. Those Gaspard jumpers I think I've had now for like 2 or 3 years and it still looks brand new. So highly, highly recommend, and today I'm gonna share with you some of my favorites from them for like spring, summer, just the pieces from their website that I looked at and I was like, ugh, these are singing to me. First up, this boiler suit. This is called the Ruby jumpsuit. I will obviously link it down below, and I'll put sizing as well down below, because I'd say for this, it's worth sizing up a size. The leg is long. I'm 5'7", but I love that the leg is long. I like that it's not too tight around the crotch. I like that there's a little bit of bagginess to it. If you obviously wanted a tighter fit, then just go for your normal size, but I sized up a size and I love this fit. It's such a nice like dusky camel kind of color. I've folded up the arms here as well. They're like full length arms. I've just folded them up to more of a 3/4 length sleeve. You've got the zip down the middle, you've got the pockets, you've got your trouser pockets too, and then this like wide leg fit. I just really, really love it. You could obviously pair it with any other belt that you had, but I just like the wrap tie that it comes with. Just gives you a bit more definition around the waist. But yeah, this to me is like the standout piece. If you're gonna grab one thing, make it this. But like I said, I'd recommend sizing up one size if you want that kind of slightly baggier, super, super, super comfortable fit. Okay, I love these as well. These are the Davies pants, and they're a high-waisted, super wide leg, quite like pure white actually, denim. They're very long on the leg again, so definitely one for like tall girls and guys. Like, these are for you. I like the leg length though. I just feel like it's very leg lengthening to have this high waist, down to the floor, wide leg. Like, they're so comfortable as well. They're quite a structured denim, so there's not a super high amount of stretch in them. I'm wearing them in a 12, and I'd say they are like the perfect fit. There's no pinching. They fit really nicely around the waist, but there's a little bit of space there for when I sit down. But yeah, just absolutely obsessed with these trousers like these, with some chunky black shoes, or actually because of the length, maybe even some heels for a night out. I just think they're so flattering. And then this is the Lauren shirt. There's nice little details on this, like a roll up sleeve, you've got your pocket there, and I like that there's a slight higher seam here because it means you can kind of do the French tuck look, very Sezane, considering it is a French brand, but you can do that French tuck and have it tucked in and then the back just a little bit longer. But personally, I kind of like that, like baggy on baggy. I'm embracing the baggy life, can you tell? But I really like the holiday vibes that you get from like a baggy, kind of Hawaiian fit inspired like top with the bagginess of the jeans. But yeah, these jeans, awesome. Now I'm going to share with you how I'd kind of like dress this up a little bit for nighttime. And then finally, this is the Magalai top. I've got this in the medium, made in Italy, a lovely like natural material. This is in the multicolored like orange option, but they also do it in a green option as well. But I just loved this sort of like brownie orange with the jeans. I just think this is such a nice like fun look, more for like evening, going to a bar. Like, you need a nice Aperol spritz in your hand, that's like all that's missing. I'm wearing this in the medium, and I'd say it's just like the perfect fit. I just love the straps. I love this kind of like square neck that you get. It just feels very swimsuity and summery, and I really like it, and I love it with these jeans as well. This outfit desperately makes me want to go away on holiday. But yeah, I will link everything from Sezane down below for you. I've obviously shown you clothing bits today, but they also do accessories, they do shoes, they do customizations on products. Like, I've got the cutest shirt with a little RN for like Ralph Newton on, adorable. So really nice for gifts as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little foray into my summer wardrobe. I'm gonna get back into the boiler suit because that is just my favorite. And yeah, let's talk books. Okay, I'm getting up my Goodreads. I actually can't believe there was a time when I read 52 books in a year. 52 books. Yeah, no, just no. That is a distant dream right now. I'm gonna do a very quick speed review of the 4 books that I have managed to read since Ralph has been born. So let me talk you through The Best of Me, David Sedaris. Like, oh my word, I love his work. That is basically like a compilation of all of his like best bits, some pieces of non-fiction mixed with fiction, and some of them I've read before, some of them I hadn't. Just love his writing. I find it really tickles me, so would recommend that, especially if you've loved his writing before. Then Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason. Such a good book. Oh my word, such a good book. I think I gave it one. That was 5 stars. That was 5 stars. That really, you know, when you read a really good book and then it's really hard to follow up because it's that good. It's a bit of a family saga type book, and you know I love that genre. It explores mental illness and like love, relationships, family relationships. I just really enjoyed that, and from that I've actually read another book from her, so that's how much I liked it. So would definitely recommend that. Then, like I said, it was so hard to find a book after that. I kind of would read a couple of pages and I'd be like, no. I tried to get into Magpie by Elizabeth Day, couldn't get into that. Tried to get into the new Sally Rooney on, couldn't get into that. So I ended up reading The Chicken Sisters by KJ Del Antonia, which was a book that I actually started reading when I was pregnant. So I kind of was like, hey, I need to finish this off. Just wasn't for me. A bit predictable. A story of 2 sisters who work at competing chicken restaurants, and they're part of a big like TV show, like Food Wars, I think it's called. And yeah, just wasn't really for me. Although I guess if you want a really quick, don't need to think about it, kind of, you could get through it in like 2 days. Maybe like a holiday read could work for that, but personally wasn't for me. Then I just finished You Be Mother by Meg Mason, and I loved it. I just love her work. It's so, so good. This is a story of a girl who gets pregnant by a guy who lives in Australia, and then she goes, I don't want to say too much, she basically goes out and lives there and meets this woman, and they become very good friends. It's an older lady, kind of like a motherly type figure in her life, and it's just very interesting to see where their paths go. Really, really enjoyed that. And then what am I reading at the moment? Oh, Raven Smith's Men. I love Raven Smith on Instagram. I just think he is a very cool cat. It's the least cool thing I've ever said. And I think his writing is witty and funny and hilarious. And I always say that I'd like to be sat next to him at a dinner party. I think he'd be a really fun person to be next to at a dinner party. And his writing is just equally hilarious, and it's a book all about men, the men in his life. So I think I'm about 25% of the way through that. So slow going on the reading front this year, but if you're going to read anything, I'd say Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason, You Be Mother by Meg Mason, both outstanding. So we've done skincare, we've done body care, we've done hair care, we've done makeup, we've done clothing, books, TV shows, the whole shebang. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little spring and get ready with me, like, favorites catch-up video. As I mentioned, everything will be linked down below for you, and thank you so much to Sezane for sponsoring this video. This boiler suit is life. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Sunday with a brand new video. Bye.